Hello and welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies. D-Pad is still dead. And we miss him. Where the heck is he? I don't know where he is. And yeah, we're still swimming, technically. And I've neglected to mention a certain zombie, like on the previous episode, the snorkel zombies. They pop out of the frickin' water, and then they eat the plant on the lily pads. And they can only be damaged when they emerge up from the water.
Yeah.
So, thankfully, this new plant would probably tackle that in spades. The kelp. It tangles enemies in the water, and it drags them down to the bottom and drowns them.
That's actually kind of fucked up now that I think about it.
Yeah, you think? This is supposed to be a very, kid-friendly game, and then you just have frickin' creepy-ass, water plants just dragging you down to the bottom of the sea, and never to be seen again.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, but
I mean, okay, let's be real, though. From what I understand, drowning is essentially one of the worst possible or most painful ways to die, if you will. So seeing it in any form of media is already kind of fucked up.
It would definitely trigger a lot of people's aquaphobia in video games. Except for the fact that you're not the character aren't in the water. It's just the implications of something drowning in the water that makes it kind of disturbing.
Yeah. No, I do understand that some people have hydro or aquaphobia. It might also explain why my one friend doesn't ever take a shower.
So your one friend is a Smash Brothers player.
I was just gonna say that.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, okay, yeah, that still counts.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, honestly, it's more prevalent in Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays than Smash.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess both of them can be played remotely nowadays.
Yeah. They have their benefits.
Technically speaking, for a tournament, you don't even have to be there.
Not really. You can just watch it.
Yeah. I don't know. I recall there being I don't think it's Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's actually Magic the Gathering, where for a tournament they had to place signs telling people to use deodorant, and is that like any card game or any game that people take too serious nowadays?
I would say Magic more than Yu-Gi-Oh! In
No,
terms
it was
of trading card
Yu-Gi-Oh.
games that take.
It was Yu-Gi-Oh!
But it's also Magic.
Okay.
If anything, Magic is worse when it comes to people taking it so seriously that that's all they could really think about. Oh.
Yeah.
And then last on that list is Pokemon. Funnily enough, is the most chill of the TCGs.
Yeah, they really are.
That are made by Wizards of the Coast.
Wait, Wizards of the Coast was behind the trading card game for Pokemon?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Huh. I just thought it was one of the one of the companies from the joint venture that Nintendo produced for Pokemon.
No,
actually,
they had the IP.
It used to be Wizards. It used to be Wizards, and Wizards was only the ones who were responsible for translating and distributing Pokemon cards in the West. In 2003, it was the license was moved to the Pokemon Company.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was kind of right on that.
The only sets that Wizard did were the base set, Jungle, Fossil, Base 2, Rocket, Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge, Neo Genesis, Neo Discovery, Neo Revelation, Neo Destiny, Southern Islands, Legendary, Expedition, and the E-Card series. Expedition, Aquapolis, Skyridge, and Best Of. Those are the only sets that Wizards did.
Right, so Ben, you seem to be pretty invested in this, so I'm just gonna have to ask. If I show you a bottle of deodorant, would you know what it is?
Yes,
Oh my God.
because I use deodorant.
Okay.
I would assume that you shower too, right?
I took a shower today, and I will kick you both from this channel. And so for about
you
5
will.
seconds, it would just be me.
That's
Well,
gonna be-
you have to realize I have OBS on, so if you kick me out of the channel, I don't hear the pling because I have stream mode enabled. Because it does that automatically.
Talk about abuse of power right there.
Yeah. I mean, let's not go with this kind of humor. We're not a bunch of 13-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, we do sort of act like them.
Oh, that's interesting. The those zombies with the pole, they can vault over the mines.
Yeah, they can
Yep.
vault over anything.
They can vault, well, not almost everything.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is enough-
chomping
there are,
plants
like-
don't. Chomping plants don't get them,
No,
right?
no. Yeah, no. No, they don't.
Well, if they're not chomping on a zombie, if the mouth is open, they can't jump over.
Well, it's only like a one-time thing. Like,
Yeah.
see, they would like vault, they would vault, and then they lose their pole, and they're completely vulnerable.
Yeah.
But remember when I said that not all plants. Look into that.
No, we won't.
Yeah, yes, we will. And don't give me that. No, we won't, Jim, or no, we won't. Like contrarian shit last time, because.
I mean, that's Victor. I'm not the contrarian.
But when D-Pad was here, rest in peace, by the way. He's not actually dead. When I say that, it's
Don't
just
do
like a joke
that.
between
Don't do that.
it's just a joke with this series in particular. Yeah, I should have mentioned it. Anyway, earlier in this series, you were just after I was like explaining that I would like go through a stage unscathed. You didn't believe me, and then lo and behold, I went through the stage unscathed.
Okay, to be fair, it's fair. This game is pretty easy to not get through and unscathed, especially if you plan properly. So,
And hey, we got a key card, and we had a freaking car key.
we finally could use money.
We could finally get money. and oh, would you look at that? Pool cleaners for 1,000 coins. I will most certainly take that.
Yeah, pool cleaners,
They
zombies.
and the
rakes are just 3 turns. It's a random one, right?
yeah, it's random where it lands for 3 stages.
Yeah. You also can upgrade your E-packs so you can hold more money.
Spoiler alert, I don't use the rake all that often because it's way too good.
You're just showing it off here. You're just showing it off.
Exactly. And I'm also showing off that this gimmick stage is all the zombies are tiny.
Here, which doesn't do anything,
Right.
so it's kind of
No,
dumb.
they're just they're just fast. They're faster. Their base speed is a lot faster
Oh,
than regular size zombies. So
And what's up with this conveyor belt? Is this one here to stay, or is it a one-time gimmick?
It's just for
It's
the
a-
stage. It gives you off the plants you need for the stage instead of sun.
Yeah, it's
Right,
it's a random it's a random selection of plants that you choose from to be able to use without needing sun.
Yep.
Like Ben said.
Right. I'm not too sure about the result being randomized. That can really jeopardize certain runs.
It's not.
It's usually
awfully,
pretty generous.
Yeah, it's generously randomized.
It's random, but
I mean,
it's
you're
not.
getting-
But it's not like Crash Bash levels of randomized.
Yeah.
Like fuck.
Yeah, but you're getting a lot of cherry bombs and not a lot of pea shooters.
You say that just
Hey, at
right
least-
when he gets a full row.
Well, that's one
Yeah,
row.
one full row. I'm just saying, in any regular stage, he would have had like the whole field filled with pea shooters.
Well, that comes in with the randomized gimmick. So. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, what I'm seeing right now doesn't look too offensive, but I still don't like things being randomized because it's beyond your control.
Yeah, I'm usually not
Sure.
a big fan of that,
Sure.
but this game and arguably the Mario Party games are the only exceptions to like the randomized things being like accepted.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really think it's that accepted with Mario Party either, but
But it's one
I guess
that you
it depends.
expect with
It
it's
depends.
you expect it with
it
Mario
depends on who
Party.
you ask.
You expect it with Mario Party, so
Oh, and the random
Yeah.
weapon battles in Ratchet Up Your Arsenal.
and Deadlocked.
Right, yeah, Deadlocked also has one of those for challenge. Right, I forgot about that.
And Deadlocked is literally like just about the arena fights.
Yeah.
You know that sounds like this game I remember being on the PS2 called Ratchet Gladiator. Pretty cool.
Okay, it's Gladiator, not Gladiator.
No, he knows. And he also knows that that's what Europe calls Deadlocked.
Yeah, no shit. I was being silly.
Yeah, that's a joke.
I know what Europe calls it because I'm from Europe.
You're from the European Union. Not really. Like,
Yeah, no, I love the random weapon rounds in Up Your Arsenal. Because, like, if
And
you...
Deadlocked.
No. Up Your Arsenal way more because that's my favorite of the PS2 weapon setups. Especially
fair
if
enough.
you have... When you have the Rift Inducer and it chooses that. Because if you have that maxed out, that thing stays.
oh, it's not just the Rift Inducer, but the max the max upgrade of the Rift Inducer.
Yeah. Also, you now have a chili pepper. I forget what it does.
All right, I'll tell you what it does. It covers
It
an
destroys an entire row.
Yeah, it covers an entire
Oh,
row only once.
Yeah. Okay.
It also gets rid of ice trails left by Zamboni.
Yeah.
By
Which
Zambonis.
that starts in this episode, right? At this stage.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Because apparently zombies can drive Zambonis.
You know what? With this game, I wouldn't put it past him. I
Okay,
wouldn't put it past
okay,
a zombie
true.
to do that.
True, but let's be honest. Games with zombies in them. Do you prefer them just shambling, or do you think that they should wield guns and do
think it
stuff
dep- I
that
think it-
requires cognitive thought, basically a brain?
It depends on the tone of the game.
I
really.
mean, Ben, if I look at the news, I see a lot of brainless people with a gun.
Moving on.
Dead people, Victor. Dead people.
like I said, it depends on the tone of the game, really. Like
Not silly.
if this
Not
is-
silly. That's what I'm saying.
well, not silly,
Yeah,
yeah.
if it's not silly.
So stuff like Nemesis.
Or
Nemesis is not a zombie. Nemesis is a weapon.
Nemesis is a weapon that was produced by the frickin' T-virus.
Yeah. So it's more higher evolved than a normal zombie. Is what I'm trying to say.
And then he goes
right.
And then he goes.
But it's still zombie adjacent, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
goes,
so.
Yes.
I would say so. Yeah, but I consider it more advanced.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think we'll get to see it in this episode or the previous episode, but I guess I'll just mention it here. When the trail of the Zamboni, the ice trail behind the Zamboni gets long enough, it starts spawning bobsled zombies.
Ah.
It's a bobsled. It's a group of bobsledders, but in zombie form, and it's in a group of 4. When the trail gets like to its end, the bobsled completely like destroys itself. So now you just have 4 zombies. Kinda pointless, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah,
but it's pointless.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying, Victor? Before I,
took over
you off
talking
there?
about zombies and zambonis.
Zombies, yeah. We were talking about frickin' zombies just with a gun, but also in a very serious like tone and not a cartoony style like this game.
Yeah.
Or Garden
I mean,
Warfare.
I don't know. This all looks pretty realistic. I think I recall seeing something like this on the news one day.
Give it a picture.
Okay, did you at one point live in London at some point in your life?
If I lived in London, let me think about it. No, I've been in many places. London ain't well. Okay, I've been in London, obviously, but
never
lived there.
Did you take a car, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, and grab a pint and wait for all this to blow over?
No. I'm trying to think, but the last time I was in London must have been, 2014 maybe?
Now that I think about it,
it really has been a long time ago.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think Shaun of the Dead even takes place in London.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I've probably been in one place that at one point had a zombie plague in, like, pop culture. I mean, I've been in Paris. It's probably been a zombie plague in some movie in Paris.
I mean, I've heard it took place on a full-ass island. All that was dead. A dead island.
You know,
Very clever.
I've still yet to play any of the Dead Island games.
Same.
Like, I do really love Dying Light, which is basically from the creators of Dead Island.
Yeah.
But I've never played the original Dead Island. I mean, I'm hearing things about it.
Is Dying Light more of a spiritual successor to Dead Island? In a way? Because you can...
It is its own entity.
Because you could certainly, like, compare the two. In a way.
Yeah. You can compare the two, but Dying Light is way more parkour focused.
Yeah. I'm gonna have, like, a really hot take. I really like the spike weed. A lot, actually. It's a nice replacement of the pea shooter, where it's when zombies like walk over it, it takes damage, and whenever whenever like a vehicle zombie pops up, like the Zamboni, for instance, the tires pop, and also explodes, spontaneously combusts, if you will.
So it's like so it's like a spike strip.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It has spikes on it.
It has spikes on it, yeah. Like, no
Also-
shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. Also, it can't be put onto lily pads, right?
No, it is purely a grass only plant.
Okay. I thought that, but I couldn't fully remember. But yeah, just like the potato.
It also can't be placed on like icy trails, obviously. But luckily we have the jalapeno pepper to get rid of that, to get rid of those trails. And I'm gonna say this, I don't really use the jalapeno that much in this game compared to the cherry bomb. The cherry bomb is too good.
You just use it on stages when there's Zambonis.
Yeah, and luckily there's not that many anyway, so I'm playing like very, very risky and just going for an all spikeweed layout with frickin' I can't speak, with repeaters.
You can never have enough barbed wire.
I've heard things about that movie, but I'm not gonna get into why. If you know, you know.
Wait, which movie?
Barbed Wire. With fucking Pamela Anderson.
I've never even heard of
there
this
was a movie called Barbed Wire.
I've never even heard of this movie.
It was during a time when like Hollywood was really aiming for like the teenage boy demographic, if you know what I mean.
Right. I mean, it's still better than the time Hollywood basically just, lost its fucking mind.
Is it from 1952?
No, this was from 1996.
Oh, okay.
I think. It was definitely like 90s, for sure.
There it is. There it is. Found it.
And as you can see, you can really tell this was from
I'm already facepalming and I just read the first sentence of the synopsis.
Yep, there it is.
In 2017, during the Second American Civil War. What the fuck?
Okay, no, Ben, you got it all wrong. The correct line is, in 2017, what makes somebody a criminal?
In the year 2017, they got everything wrong.
I mean, look, all I'm asking is that if you guys are telling me about like movies that I didn't know about, please don't actually try to get me to watch them. I'm still recovering from I'm still financially recovering from the 4K Blu-rays I've purchased over the last couple of weeks. All right.
Oh, your poor wallet.
I got it. Yeah, I know, my poor wallet. How dare that pesky retailer site offer me 2 4K Blu-rays for $30?
Okay, I was gonna say which one, but I know which one. I know exactly which one. It's Amazon.
No, it's bol.com.
Okay. The Netherlands equivalent of Best Buy.
Well, the Dutch equivalent of, well, Amazon, if you will. Aside from the fact that, well, we've got Amazon here.
You just have a local distributor.
Yeah, something like that. Now, granted, both of them have a subscription service that gives you additional benefits. The only difference is in terms of pricing. So for, like, the Blue Store, as I call it, I pay $10 a year, and for Amazon I pay 60. No, not 60. I think it's 50 if you get Prime per year.
50?
That being said, I do
€50?
think both of them. I do think both of them are a pretty good deal. I've recently kind of been finally watching some like Amazon Prime video stuff, and I will say, The Boys is definitely an interesting show.
I still
But
I
I
still
would-
have yet to see it.
Yeah, but I would be lying if I say that I was watching it for any reason other than it has a Dutch dub, and I just wanted to see how bad it is. It is quite funny. I'll say that. Like slapstick kind of funny. Riff-worthy kind of funny.
I'm split screen behind the scenes worthy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We won't do that. A lot of shit that's worth doing that, and we have a lot of shit on our plate as is.
Yeah. But no, when one of my brother was coming over a couple of days ago, at the time of recording, he was staying over for the week, and I kind of decided to watch the opening episode of the new Devil May Cry Netflix series on the living room TV, kind of so he would watch along. It's fine. It's a fine show.
No. I'll tell you between the episodes why I groaned.
I mean, I still haven't seen it, but I've heard amazing things
I
about
have
it.
too, but there's something that's flat out killed it for me.
No,
I'll tell you
despite
guys
his
after.
disliking,
I'll tell you between the episodes.
Is it?
I'll tell you between
I would imagine.
episodes.
Is it?
I'll tell between
Is it
episodes.
spo-
It's not
Okay,
spoilers.
I'm
It's
just.
not
I just
It's
want to
not
ask.
spoilers. It's not spoilers.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
all
no,
I was
yeah,
wondering.
yeah,
That's
no.
all I was asking about.
All right.
but yeah, so I got him to watch the whole episode with me, and he did quite like it, but he did quote unquote convince me. He basically insisted that I'd watch the first episode of Dexter, which he is really into. So I did, and then after that episode, we've kind of just started talking about stuff. I mentioned the Fallout TV show, for which, funnily enough, that also has a Dutch dub, and there's one hilarious but also fucking stupid scene that is even more hilarious if you watch it in some like shitty Dutch dub. So yeah, I showed him that, and we both laughed about it. And then he kind of pushed his luck and asked me if I wanted to watch the first episode of The Boys. So I said, yes, we will, but under one condition. We watch the Dutch dub.
Oh. There we go. There's that
And-
damn thing.
And the one
We'll
thing
get-
that is even the most hilarious of all is not exactly that, like, just the dub is absolutely terrible. No, apparently in the Dutch dub, the actor for, I think, Deep, his Dutch voice actor, also plays in Henry Danger.
That's a wild frickin' like
Wait,
bit
as
of biography
As
there.
who?
Filmography.
As who?
I think it's Captain Man. I don't
Oh,
watch that
okay.
show.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, it is Captain Man. It is Captain Man. That is,
It's Captain
yes,
Man.
that's the hero's name. Captain Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to hear that voice actor say some of the things that he did in as Deep in The Boys, yeah, that kind of I think that ruins both the Boys
And Henry
and Henry Danger.
Okay. Here's one thing
Inadvertently
that
with Henry
here-
Danger.
Here's one thing that will ruin Henry Danger for the wrong people. The actor for Schwartz is trans. I don't know which side, but they are trans.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Good for them,
the
honestly.
show never does anything about it negatively too, which is weird considering it's a Dan Schneider show.
Let's stop this episode before we really go off the hook.
Yep, I figured.